All right, g'day everyone, and welcome. My name is Michael, and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Wednesday night's Curse of Strahd, our D&D 5e adventure that takes place in the land of Barovia, with, of course, my wonderful group of patrons who support my channel, keep my lights on, and get to enjoy this amazing game with me. Joining me, of course, are these wonderful people who are going to enjoy this game with their cadre of rather chilling characters. We can't see me in... Oh, okay, sorry, hold on one second. Let me fix that. Boop, there we go.
There it is.
All right, yay, okay. Yes, we get to see this cadre of chilling characters get to deal with the curses that lie within these lands. Now, as always, guys, in our audience, we welcome you here to this channel, not just to watch, but to participate. And you can participate by, of course, giving us numbers between 1 to 51 to generate plot twists. These are a way for me to challenge myself as GM, and for you guys to interact with the adventure as we draw plot twist cards that can change the course of the very story itself, which are decided by you guys. Also, I will be keeping my eye on chat, so if you have any suggestions, thoughts, or ideas, throw them out there and I will be sure to read them. But while we are collecting the plot twist numbers for today, let's meet our group of adventurers, starting with none other than our lovely friend, Immersion Diversion, playing the role of Vagag. Good evening, Neil. How you doing?
Pretty good, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely splendidly. Tell us of Vagag.
Well, Magog is a Goliath wizard. He's also a teacher from Fairhaven who is currently looking for his students in Barovia. They have got caught by the fog as well before he had decided to send a search out for himself to go look for them because the students are to be protected. So that's why he is here.
Very nice.
And then he met up with all his current friends, and he's helping them with their I don't know what the word is, but they got stuck here too, so he's helping them out.
Nice, nice. All of you happen to be victims of circumstance. I like it. All right, next up, of course, playing the role of Argento is our good friend from Iron Ghost Gamer, Charles. Good evening, Charles.
Good evening, Mike. How's it going?
Going absolutely well, mate. Tell us about Argento.
Argento. Well, I think Argento is a bit of a I guess, if you will, a dark knight, sort of speak. Loves to just go after people. Wants to see everyone that is evil pay the price of being evil. We really haven't had too many chances, I think, to delve into sort of what I think is ahead for Argento. But now that we've suffered a loss last week with Ragog going down, I think Argento might start wanting to look for some payback on some people, but we'll see how it goes with the rest of the cast and how that plays out, and how maybe my compass and Esther can talk down the mighty Dragonborn and maybe make him see the error of his vengeful ways. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Nice, I love it. All right, and of course, speaking of, playing the role of Esther is none other than the ever delightful Mac, or McBluff, as they are known in the group chats around the place. Welcome, Mac. How are you this evening? Morning, I think?
Yes, morning. I'm okay, how are you?
You check outside. You see a crow. The crow is still asleep. No, that's fine. It's,
no.
Awesome. Tell us about Esther.
So, Esther is a changing grave cleric and not exactly opposing Argento, but sort of contrasting is her view of not neutrality, but gray morality, where she wants to stick on the side of good, but she understands that there needs to be a balance of evil as well. So she doesn't want to she isn't there to destroy it all. She's there to keep it in check as best she can.
Nice. I love it. All right, and last but not least, we have driving home from a long and tiring day at work. We have my dear friend Tim, who is listening from...
I'm home. I'm just changing onto the computer.
Oh, okay, well, there he is. So he is home, huzzah! And Tim is, of course, playing the role of Demiro. Tim, tell us about your character.
Oh, well, Demiro is always out looking for the next party or the next adventure, seeking thrills and laughs and song throughout the world. Stumbled into these guys at a random town. We got stuck together out here, but it's all been great fun so far. Ups, downs, intrigue, death, life, saving, everything. It's from his point of view, it's just amazing. It's just the best things going on. He's right in the middle of it, which is where he wants to be.
Fantastic. All right. So, without any further ado, let us now journey back through the mists and past the old creaking gate back to the lands of Barovia. Now, we left off as our group was trying their darndest to revive their fallen comrade, Vagag. After an encounter in the cathedral in the center of the Barovian village, our poor Vagag was devoured in part by the vampire spawn named Doru, son to the abbot who was proceeding over the cathedral there, and who had not only slain Vagag, but his father as well. Not wishing to see their companion die and fall in battle, they reached out to the mystical Vistani. The Vistani weren't entirely sure what they would do in regards to dealing with Vagag's less than lively state. One moment, let me just boop. There we go. Yes. They weren't sure what to do about Vagag's less than lively state, but petitioned the spirits of the Fae to lend their aid to their fallen comrade. One such creature, a pixie, had taken an interest in the life of the mortal realm, in finding true love, and forged a pact with Vagag, sealing its spirit to his body forever, but in doing so returning the very soul of the Goliath to his body. As Vagag sits up, fresh air filling his lungs, which crinkle almost like butcher's paper, you look around in a somewhat daze and find yourself in the Vistani camp, everyone looking down upon you with bated breath.
Oh. That was quite a journey. Hello, everybody.
Vagag, it's you. You're back. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I suddenly feel very winded. I think I might need something to drink.
Oh,
So good to see you again.
It's good to see you guys. Esther,
How was
it's good
the
to
trip?
see you. Trip?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I remember seeing a guard, my old friend Gwaine. Then I saw a tower of vines attack him, and out of the vines came what looked to be a pixie of some sort.
Pixie. Ooh,
Yeah, she was very beautiful.
you ended up with the Fae. Sounds like a
yeah.
lovely place.
We touched, and then a golden light shone, and I woke up here.
Ooh. Your life could be a lot more interesting now.
How have you been? Sorry, this whole thing has made me tongue tied. How are you guys today? Like, I'm looking around and just seeing the.
Well, I mean, our day's been a bit busy. You died about, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours ago, and since then we've been figuring out rituals, trying to remember how the father did it, and so pretty good day. We weren't sure if we succeed or not.
Did you say 6 or 7?
Yeah, probably about that.
At that time, I reached for the neck. Feel the. Michael, I reached for the scar on the neck. Is it still there?
Yeah, the scar is quite deep as you reach for your neck, you feel, and it seems to run almost the entire length around.
Magog's all of a sudden even more nervous. Oh no, oh no.
Something had
He's-
definitely gashed you.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sorry I worried you guys. I thought when Bree bit me, I thought maybe I had like been like in the process of turning into one. That's why when the acolyte, when Father Donovich cured Bree, I thought he might be able to do the same. But I didn't want to worry you guys. That's why I stayed behind.
So what happened?
So I guess he had a son.
To make a point here, Vagog tells the gripping tale of how Father Donovan seemed. Oh, sorry, not Donovan. His name was Donovich. Thank you.
Quiet.
Yes, Father Donovich had been researching how to cure vampirism because he had kept hidden away, sequestered beneath the cathedral, a son that had apparently suffered from the vampiric affliction. Though he was gaunt and hungered, he had never apparently partaken of human flesh until Vagog. However, his hunger was too deep and too great, and he broke loose the bonds that held him. And even Donovan's word fell to the wayside before the hunger of the vampire, and his hunger was satiated, or at least you hope it was. Esther, when you arrived, you saw that Father Donovan's body was little more than bones torn and ripped to pieces. Vagog was kept in one relative piece, as you believe that Donovic tried to pull and pry his son loose of the body before it was too late, but that just seemed to draw its attention. As for the blood stains over the stained glass windows, you believe that Doru, the spawn, had made its way out and into the village. Where it is now is completely a mystery.
That's not good.
Yeah, Argento's getting very agitated, almost getting up to pace around a bit. He definitely looks down at Vergog and says, "I will find Doru, and I will make him pay for this." Very.
That's good. Though. Do we know where he went? I mean, if we planned to, we should probably search the town a bit and see if we can find him. Don't move here. Esther, did you happen to see any tracks of where he might have left out? Because it might have actually we could either follow the blood, or we could just wait until something happens. But then, by then, it's too late.
I don't believe I recall any except those leading outside the church, fortunately.
Okay.
To be honest, we didn't really stop to look.
Yeah, I could see why. So we should.
Well, at least we know that this vampire is not still around town. Without the head of the child.
Yes.
So we're
At
not
that
quite sure
point,
what to
my
do.
God, just wide-eyed, like, what the, like, what?
We had a little vampire encounter of our own, did we not, Domiro?
It was a little vampire encounter, yes.
What was that, Esther?
Y'all did? There was a.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Esther didn't even know. She just kind
Yeah,
of.
I don't know.
Well,
He
it
heard
turns out
commotion, but she's like,
the cause for the young lady that we saved in the street being bitten was, in fact, her daughter.
ooh. So that's the head of her daughter?
Correct. We thought it best not to leave it for her to find in her house.
Ugh.
Also, it it's a bit puzzling why the head is still in one piece.
Yes.
That is a bit confusing.
I went to sever the child's head, and the head stayed, but the body turned to dust. This is all that is left. So we put it in this bag. Not sure what we're gonna do with it,
Yeah. I
but
don't think I've ever heard of anything like that before. I'll have
this is
to,
an odd place. Starting to feel very uneasy. We need to find out what is doing this. These people here are they're victims of some evil. We got to find out what it is.
Mhm.
Perhaps we should track down this son before
Yeah.
he infects more around town.
Before that, because we have no idea where the son is. Didn't the Burgermeister's son, or yeah, the Burgermeister's son, what was his name again?
Ismark.
Ismark.
Ismark. Didn't he say that his sister had been taken?
Not exactly. He said she's been acting strange, but maybe something different.
You draw back on your
Oh, okay.
memories and recall that when you first were asked to enter the realm of Barovia, it was at the behest of the Burgermeister, who had written to you, apparently, a letter inviting you to help them rid the land of some terrible evil. However, when you arrived, you found yourself at the local tavern, the Blood on the Vine, which you met Ismark, who claimed to be the son of the Burgermeister, and told you that the Burgermeister was dead. After looking at the notice, he mentioned that the letter that you had been given was not written in the hand of his late father, and well, he's not entirely sure what might have brought you here. Perhaps that his sister might know, but his sister had been acting peculiar of late, a lot more angry and assertive. Ismark, however, has chosen to take to the bottle in order to drown his sorrows and grievances with his father that may remain unresolved.
If we could find Ismark again and ask him if we could see his sister. If she's been acting strangely, maybe she has the same thing going, where she could be a vampire. If we can find that out, maybe she's the source of it all. And if we can cure her, we can cure Dormu too.
Argento sort of swings the warhammer around in his hand and says, "Oh, I can cure them. We just need to find them."
With
As far as
Argento's...
we know,
Oh,
the
sorry.
acolytes didn't actually manage to find a cure for someone who was fully turned.
Yeah.
Well, with Argento's words weighing heavily and a destination in front of you, you return to the village of Barovia from the outskirts where the Vistani camp was. As you make your way into town, the cold air bites at you, and a soft rain begins to fall from the sky.
Yeah.
Yes?
Go ahead, Matt.
What am I at now, by the way, Michael, since I've been revived?
For the time being, we're going to say that you guys have had a long rest.
Oh, okay.
The guy, a very long rest.
I just snore on the way in the car
A
again.
long rest in the deep south.
What's up, Matt?
I didn't know if the card was still existing, but I wanted to give it to Mavashti if it's still around, the Strahd card.
Oh, no, it is not.
Okay,
as
just
part as part of the ritual, when she made the connection to the Fae, it turned into flame, and the ashes were the kind of almost like a clay that the Fae was able to take form with.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to take the time. I'm sorry.
No. If you have something you would like to say to Mivashti, then you may absolutely do so.
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry.
Mivashti, once the ritual is completed, walks over and places a hand Vagag, a Vistani woman you've never seen, touches you gently and says, "I'm glad that the spirit took a liking to you. We can't guarantee that this sort of thing will always work, and I hope for your sake that you find what you're looking for, the both of you." Her words are a bit strange, but comforting, nonetheless.
Yeah, I take her hand, of course. Thank you very much for your kindness.
Oh, well, you don't need to thank me none. If it wasn't for your friend, I don't think I would have been able to muster the strength. She looks over at Esther.
I just smile at Esther. Thank you very much. You're a very quick thinker.
I have to be sometimes, unfortunately.
It's a very good trait.
May I walk up to Ravashi if that's okay?
Mhm.
I hold in my hand to shake her hand.
She dries she sort of wipes the dust from her hands before she reaches for yours. As she touches you, there's almost an electricity that travels between you two. It's a firm handshake, but one that seems to have a kind of almost magical connection.
I was just thinking about how. So this is Madame Leva's daughter, correct?
Yes. So the previous, so for the audience who were not here for that particular event, earlier on at a different camp to the Vistani, an elderly fortune teller was dragged into the bog by these multiple zombie hand type things. She bequeathed a tarot card to Esther, whom brought it here to that fortune teller's daughter to use as a component for reviving Vagag. So yes, this is in fact her daughter.
Esther's gonna think about how she's also lost a really wise and seemingly almost all-knowing mother figure, and she's just gonna say, "It's strange how similar a situation I've been in to yours. I know this won't be easy, but I'm sure you'll make it through. If I could, I know you can."
She nods softly and thanks you for your kind words. She says, "My mother was a difficult woman at times, but she always had the family at heart, and always did what she thought was best. I hope that I can be a tenth of the woman that she was."
Just make sure you're 100% who you are. That should work.
All right. With a farewell to the Vistani, who wave fondly at you, your reputation among their people grows more positive with every encounter. You eventually find your way back to the Barovian town. All right. At this point, we boop. We find ourselves in the village of Barovia. Returning from the easterly road. And I'm going to use Esther's Mini as our placeholder. All right. Where would you like to go?
I think we should go to the bar to try and find his mark again. Right.
All right. With no sounds of protest, the group makes their way towards the tavern known as the Blood on the Vine. There, upon entering, you see a large, very well built tavern with a chandelier hanging from the ceiling that is covered in what look to be grapevines carved out of a kind of a wood with metal grapes. Inside, the bartender seems to be hard at work, stacking shelves with various bottles, and the only person in the tavern currently is the following man. A dapper, blonde, rather, kind of stubbly shaved human by the name of Ismark. He looks to you and he says, my friends, you always seem to be doing something. You traveling people. Come join me for another. You've had enough, Ismark. Oh, but no, I haven't. This is my new friends. They've arrived from town, and I can't rightly deny them the ability to have a drink with me. Now, can I? The bartender says, I'm more than happy to serve you, but he's cut off. Oh, don't be such a party pooper. I mean, you didn't say that when Eric was here. You were like, oh, look, Eric's here. I haven't seen Eric in so long. Eric can have the best wine in the house. Where's Ismark's best wine? I used to be the Burgermeister's son, you know. That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Esther, do you have lesser restoration? Or like cure disease or something? That's not a cure disease, I guess, but something that can help him with his drunken stupor.
Ismark, it's truly good to see you again. Would perhaps we could walk and talk, and you could show us to your sister's place. You asked us to.
My sister's place.
Check in on her last turn.
My sister, she lives in my father's house, and she is not the rightful will person, holder, man, lady of the house. I, Ismark, the Lesser, which is very unfortunate for a name, will finally step out of the shadows and take my rightful place as Burgermeister, because I want what's best for the people, and my sister, she just wants to solve murders and stuff. So yes, I will show you, so that you might believe that I am truly the master of mine own house, and not just some squalorly drunk what's hiding from his sister.
Well, there's only one person who can change you, and that is you, of course. It is perhaps time for you to become Ismark the Greater, if that's your choice.
You are correct, sir. I can be.
Or Ismark the Grand.
Yes, the even betterer. Okay, well, fine. We shall go to my father's house, and we shall confront my cow of a sister, and we shall take my place. All right, hold on. 1 minute. I just need to find the floor. He falls on the ground.
All right, I'm gonna lift him up onto my shoulder.
All right, you do so. He says, noble steed, where would I be without you? You have kept me company on much a lonely night. Frog Hemoth Legs has just granted you an insight check. Your insight check is as follows. The Burgermeister's son has been behaving rather strangely. Even in his drunkard state, he seems to be acting a little bit more inebriated, I guess, than you would imagine he should be. You believe that maybe it may be the influence of some sort of supernatural or extraordinary influence outside of the alcohol. That is your insight check.
Ooh.
Is there any way to test for such sorceries or...
Oh, absolutely. With a glorious medicine check, you can check for symptoms of poisoning.
Medicine. I can do medicine sometimes.
With a 15, you notice a blackish hue to the tongue of Ismark. He appears to have consumed nightshade,
Ooh.
a highly
Oh.
deadly toxin. In
Oh,
small
I missed that one.
doses.
I was going to say, good thing it's not deadly nightshade. That would be bad.
Oh, this is the super deadly one. Now, traditionally, a small amount of nightshade would not put a person in peril. However, if this individual has indeed consumed the amount of wine that you think he probably has, and it has been laced with nightshade, then he does not have very long.
May I do lesser restoration
Of course you may.
to get rid of poison?
All right.
Okay.
You
Just set him in a chair.
You sit him in a chair, and as you do so, you place your hand upon his back. A healing wave of light cascades from your hand and over his body. His eyes begin to kind of focus as he says, "Oh, that is wondrous. Oh, my head is so clear. Oh, thank you, Madam Esther. I don't know. I feel like perhaps the grog began to take me over. I do apologize.
I suppose you remember what you were drinking.
Well, it was the strangest thing. A hooded traveler came and purchased a wine for everyone. I simply tried some of the wine, and next thing I know, I'm making an absolute buffoon of myself.
You were. It was quite a sight to behold.
Did you have
For
any
the
like?
consolation, it's quite possible that you were poisoned.
Poisoned? But
Yes.
who would want to poison me?
Well, I'm sure we wouldn't know since we've only met you a couple of times, but I can assure you whoever did it did not want you to make it out of the inn. It was not just deadly nightshade, it was the most deadly nightshade.
Gasp.
Deadliest.
Deadliest.
Oh, well, perhaps I perhaps having a clear mind might avert at least some distraction.
You've been arguing with anyone recently?
Well, only one person, but I don't think that merits any concern. My sister and I have been contesting over the rights to the Burgermeister's mansion. I believe that it is my right to succeed my father and to provide this town with the leadership it requires, whereas my sister believes that we should engage in frivolous elections that will serve nothing but to waste resources and time. We perhaps got a little bit heated, and I may have been hit in the head by a projectile plate, but no,
honest.
she would never do something like this.
Doesn't sound like
The traveler who gave you the drink, do you know him? Have you seen him before?
Well, no, I can't say that I had. He was rather friendly though. He spoke to a lot of people, asked a large amount of questions, almost as if he was expecting outsiders to be at the pub.
Did he have any trinkets on him? Maybe a necklace or so that you could possibly point out that was quite obvious, even though he was wearing robes?
I'm terribly sorry. I can't quite remember those kind of details. I must admit I was a little bit under the wagon.
Good point.
The road.
Speaking of which, I'm going to take the bottle and I'm going to go over to the bartender and say, do you have any more of this back there anywhere?
The bartender looks around and he says, as this half-orc sort of leans out, he says, "No, I got rid of the last bottle."
To whom? Is it like, are they still here? So we might need to cure them.
No, it was Bill the lumberer. He wanted something special for his wife, so I said that we had some of this foreign wine, and he paid me quite handsomely for it. Why, you think it's gone off?
It's got nightshade in it.
That's pretty bad.
Can you show us where the lumber
I'm gonna try
lives?
an insight check to see if he knew about that.
You won't need to. He definitely did not know, but he doesn't seem to like the lumber at all. He says, yeah, no, they live on the outskirts of town, in a small hut on their own.
Got all these things going on.
Well, the bartender knows who it is. But
Bartender. Yeah.
Ismark doesn't.
Well, since the stranger ordered the drink and served it, perhaps he didn't lace all the bottles.
Yeah, if he just did it for his month, then this could be the only bottle.
It's unlikely that a sister who wants voting for all would kill her brother for that.
Is there still some alcohol left in this bottle?
Maybe a tiny bit.
Okay. I'll just hang on to it just in case, but...
Don't drink it, Gog. We
No,
just brought
I'm not.
But Gog's sort of like,
No, I'm not gonna...
Well, a small amount is not deadly. I'll taste a drop and see if I can see if it's from the bottle or whether it's from the cup.
you taste it. There does not seem to be any adverse effect apart from a very sweet wine.
Okay.
So is the cup.
I don't think the wine itself was the conduit.
God, okay. So yeah, whoever
At least not the
was...
wine from the bottle.
Whoever did this wanted just his mark.
I will return in 2 moments. You may discuss what your next course of action is.
In fact, he may have been their mark.
Mm.
Their mark.
I guess at this point, as made her to the door, like, I'm loving this conversation, but if there's a possibility that someone else has been poisoned with the nightshade, don't you think we should maybe walk and talk? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
quite certain that that the other people aren't poisoned unless the strange hooded figure then went out there to poison someone else. But
Yeah, he did.
a little
Demir
bit
did
difficult to
just
track
try
down.
the wine bit, so-
Yeah. I find it a bit odd that in a town as small as this, Ismark doesn't reckon, but maybe he was drunk. But the bartender knows who it is, so
I would say check the
No, the
cup.
bartender knows who the lumberer is, not the hooded.
oh, not the hood. Okay. That's where I was getting confused a minute ago. I was like, the bartender knows. Surely Ismark would not.
No, I think the lumberer was actually wanting to buy a nice bottle.
Wine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that just brings you back to my original confusion of obviously this is a small town. They seem to know everybody. But they don't know this person. So
I return with sugary beverages.
Ismark, what? He
What,
comes
an
back.
outsider like us or what then? Or yeah, interested. Interested.
So yeah, I guess Demiro check that cup quick just to see.
Got an accurate enough description. Do you think, Esther, you'd be able to locate perhaps like the cloak he's wearing?
I think it's just a cloak. There's not really much to.
Unfortunately, I would have to be rather specific with the description of the cloak itself. It has to be a unique
Yeah.
piece, an article of clothing, if I was to locate.
Oh, if it is any help, I believe it was a halfling. That
Halfling?
yes, he was short in stature, but rather relatively lean.
Is that unusual?
Well, I mean, no, but with, I mean, I'm not sure how many lean halfling travelers there might be. I mean, perhaps that helped.
Something.
So
Were they
And
carrying an oil lantern?
Well, now that you mention it, yes, they were.
What? Did it look elvish?
I can't say that I could tell an elvish lantern from a dwarven one, I'm afraid.
Sounds like you might know this person.
It sounds like one of the people I'm looking for, but that means they're in two different places. And why would she be going around poisoning people?
Maybe they forgot why they were here.
It sounds like, because one thing I forgot to mention about Jade is she always carried around a lantern because she needed.
Or it could be a completely different halfling who's using who's using like a lantern because it's dark, Neil.
No.
I know, right? Like, it has to be this. It has to be this exact thing. My God. Wait,
Oh my God.
wait. Did they have hair? Yes? My God. And shoes? Like 2 of them, right?
Was it a Goliath? Shortish, tallish kind of fella?
A mini Goliath.
Sort of thinnish, fattish?
I don't want to see a mini Goliath now.
Yes, that's him. And he had a face? Yes.
All right.
2 eyes?
Well.
No, just 1. Ah.
Cyclops.
All right. So,
Well, Liz, Mark, there's one way to find out if your sister's trying to kill you. Let's go ask her.
well, if it's all the same to you, if my sister... Not that I believe that she's capable of such a thing, but wouldn't it be wiser if I perhaps stayed here? If she does have ill intent for me, then...
Oh, no, because if you stayed by yourself, then could you protect yourself?
well, without the drink hindering my my eyesight, I am proud to say that I am a very fine swordsman. I'm a swordsman. I use 2 swords, a long sword and a short sword.
Flick him.
That sounds wonderful, but it didn't take a sword to bring you down before.
No, but now that I'm on guard, I will be less inclined to fall for such brazen trickery.
Okay, well, just watch your back, I guess.
Yes.
And you as well. My house is at the southernmost point of the town. If you follow the river just outside to your left, you should find it in a short period of time.
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation. And thank you for help. That's the same thing.
He nods.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for cooperation. Thank you for your help. Wait.
All right. Unless there's anything you would rather do, are you guys heading to the Burgermeister's mansion?
Yeah, just before we go, real quick, as we're heading out, I wanna ask is Mark one question.
Yes, of course.
I want to say, do you know a gentleman named Doru?
Doru. The priest's young lad. Yeah, I mean, yes.
Do you know where I might be able to find him?
Oh, I'm sorry to say, I believe he passed many months ago. Some sort of animal attack, if I'm to remember correctly.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that. Thank you for that information.
Oh, you're most welcome.
And be on the lookout for him.
All right.
Well, clearly, if they think he's dead and they see him, hopefully that will trigger something with. I don't know. You never know.
All right. You make your way south and eventually come to a rather impressive but weary-looking mansion. It squats behind a rusty iron gate, and these iron gates are twisted together, forming these vicious knots. The left-hand side of this gate swings lazily in a cold wind, and the stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats in an almost mindless precision. Weeds choke the ground and press with menace upon the house itself, yet the walls have stood. The growth has been trampled to create a path around the overgrown reeds. You can see that heavy claw marks have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of fires that may have assailed the mansion over its long history, and not a pane nor shard of glass stand in any window. All the windows within this mansion are barred and boarded with wooden planks, heavy and firm. Each of these marks are stained with blood and symbols.
Fancy clothes.
Would any of these symbols be familiar to any of us?
Make an Arcana check as you gaze and you try to read some of these symbols.
Oh, and I do have to the effects. I think is still on, so I think I just have a +1 in Arcana. So whatever it is, just add them.
Do these look new or old?
Very old. All right, make your check.
I'm trying. It doesn't want to stay in the box. I've done it twice.
Third time's the charm.
Wow. Apparently not.
Fourth time's the charm. Eighth time's the charm.
Apparently.
All right. So, if you want, just double click. Just double click on the total.
Sorry.
You just double click where the number is next to the
Okay. Sorry.
There you go. Wow. Yeah.
Wow,
27.
nice.
All right.
And it shouldn't be that. It should be just a +1, so it should be a 20. I don't know why it has a +8.
Why it has a
Maybe
plus
a
8.
read that today.
Let's have a quick look. Skills.
Because
Your Arcana should be a +4.
but I don't have the headband like more, so it doesn't have the it shouldn't be at +4. It should be at +1 now. But
Oh,
I
the
thought I got
headband
rid of it.
unequipped.
Oh yeah, if your headband,
She
you
traded.
said all your stats were 12, right?
Yeah, it should be unequipped. I thought I got rid of the effect. Too.
No, I think it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's fine. All right. So, as you make your way, oh, hold on.
On chat it says effect +4, so that must mean there was an effect on you.
All right. Try that. Try rolling it again, real quick. Try rolling it again, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I mean, it's better, but I think I figured out what was wrong. That's fine. All right. So, as you look at those symbols, I'm going to play 2 plot twist cards. All in the details and revelation. So thank you so much to our audience members for these ones. Now, all in the details. You notice that there are actually 2 layers of magic runes. The first is painted on in swats of what you presume to be blood. These are warding spells to keep something out. The second are carvings that are ingrained into the walls themselves. These are deeper and harshly marked. You believe that they're to keep something in.
Either someone wants protection from something, or someone wants to keep something locked up. I'll knock on the door.
All right, you approach the door, and with a very heavy thunk, you knock upon the door. A voice comes from within. I'm sorry, I'm not taking any visitors. You'll have to go elsewhere.
We've come at the request of Ismark.
Ismark? He needs more money to pay off his tab, I suppose. Well, you can tell him that father's inheritance was not for him to squander on alcohol and women.
It was to talk about other matters, actually.
You hear the sound of the door unlocking. Standing behind, you see an armored woman brandishing a sword by her side, holding it almost like an umbrella as opposed to a weapon. Well, out with it. What manner of business does my twit of a half-brother have?
Well, he was concerned that Well, he wanted to run the town one way, you wanted to run the town the other way. But there was just an attempt on his life. And whilst had a single conversation with him about you, we didn't think it sounded like you, but we thought we'd come and talk to you just in case you were trying to kill him.
And then earlier we got a note from the Burgermeister, but
Oh yes, and of course originally we had a note from the Burgermeister asking him to meet us,
but then we found out the Burgermeister was dead.
and the note was forged.
May I see this note?
Oh, of
I
course.
handed over.
She looks at it and reads it. To remind everyone what the note had previously said, we turn now very quickly to I believe, let's see, Curse of Strahd.
We'll just look up
There we go.
episode 2 and that.
Nope, that's not the one. We have. Here we go, and there it is. Let me just see if there's a better quality one. Aha, there we go. That's a better quality one. All right. It reads, "Hail thee of might and valor! I, the Burgermeister of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Eilina Kolyana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the life of the blood of my people. How my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this wild beast, or this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the devil may be contained within the walls of the weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. This is much wealth. There is much wealth entrapped within this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Kolyan Lindrovinoch, the Burgermeister."
So as you see, somewhat of a dire message.
Yes, my father's superstitious belief. Well, I suppose you should come in. She opens the door and allows you to enter. As you do so, you notice
Before
something.
we do enter, I don't suppose you mind us asking, are you a vampire?
She goes, and as she does, you notice she does not have sharp fangs. She smiles
Detect thought.
coyly.
Actually, yeah.
I didn't.
Well, it's like, okay.
As you enter, you find yourself within the rather lavish but very dusty homestead of the Barovian Burgermeister. Before you realize it, you are seated in a game room with a small table between yourself and Irina. There's tea placed in front of you. It kind of has a bitter smell, but a rather sharp and almost floral taste. She says, "As you've probably noticed, there are some differences between my brother and I. This is because I was not originally of these lands. I can't tell you where I had come from, nor can I tell you how I've arrived in Barovia, but I did encounter the vampire known as Strahd.
You did.
Yes. Thanks to this," she says, reaching between her bosom to pull out what looks to be a charm. She says, "Because of this, the creature was unable to seize full control of me. My memories are fuzzy, but I remember clearly the blazing hunger that dwelled within his eyes. Wolves and other terrible creatures started attacking the house, and my father, rest his soul, began to put up the markings that you, can see around you." The
Does that work?
well, the assault raged night after night for countless weeks. About 3 days ago, my father's heart just couldn't take it. Tired, weary, and without rest due to the constant clawing, scratching, burning of his very home around him. My father perished. But no one from the village is brave enough to help me bury my father. They say that his body is cursed by Strahd, and that if he were to be buried in the cemetery, it would only be a matter of time before he set eyes upon the villagers. That no account snake in the grass, Donovic, he's responsible for rallying the whole town against me and my father.
Well, I mean,
I don't have to worry
it
about
sounds
that.
terrible, but at least some of your problems may be solved.
Hmm.
She listens to the story which I imagine you tell of poor Donovic's fate. She doesn't seem to be startled or shocked, but she does seem to be sad. He was not a nice man, or a kind one, but he did not deserve that fate. And what became of his what became of his son?
We don't
his,
know.
his vampiric son,
Yes.
and we haven't found him.
Well, this
He
is
killed me and Donovich and then got out.
We do know that the ritual that he created can work. We've been performed it with him.
I see, and you know how to conduct this ritual.
We've done it twice now, but I wouldn't say that we are experts in the matter.
Well, then I would keep that information to yourself. There is no telling what someone like Strahd would do if he learns that you are able to return the gift he so graciously gives his flock.
I don't know if it'll work on Domiro Domu anymore though. So
What's the trinket that she has around her neck?
Staring at the trinket, it appears to be a piece of sterling silver, brandished into a symbol of the sun.
Hmm.
praise the sun.
Interesting.
Yes, I've had this pendant since I was a child.
Might I take a closer look?
Well,
Can I grab it? Will she let me touch it? Will she let me hold it?
she'll lean forward, the necklace dangling from around her neck.
Hmm. Does it have any kind of like heat or anything coming off of it, or is it just plain silver? There's nothing to it.
It is plain silver.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hmm.
I'm going to play another card. This is a plot twist card, number 43.
Oh, no.
Lust. As she is leaning forward, and Argento is staring quite directly at the talisman. Come on, guys, just staring at the talisman.
Yeah.
The breast.
Her voluptuous talisman. As that is happening, she seems to get flustered, and she says, "Yes, well, and she sort of takes it back. She says, "I don't suppose you are sell swords, mercenaries. I would pay
Can't say
you.
that we've ever sold swords to anyone.
I would pay handsomely if you could help me take my father's remains to the cemetery. If what you say about Donovich is true, then maybe I could finally lay him to rest."
Good
Well,
luck.
I mean, we haven't turned down anything so far when there's rewards or drink or parties or people to be helped.
We're typical adventurers.
Well, thank you. I don't know what to say. I'll ensure that you are fairly compensated. All we need to do is take his coffin to the chapel. Behind it is the cemetery where we can lay him to rest.
Okay.
Should it be done in secret? If the villagers get word of it, they might panic.
Well, I prefer it done quickly for the exact same reason.
Hmm. We don't want them digging him up again.
And would you need someone to conduct the funeral rites?
Well, yes, if you would.
I unfortunately don't have ceremony prepared today, but I still know the funeral rites. Just can't do the magic part of it.
Sure. All right.
I might be able to do the magic part of it. It's been a while since I've tried anything like that, but I can do my best.
All right. If you wish to conduct the funeral rite, then Vagag, you will need to go to the church and begin preparations.
All right, Argento, I'll need you. Whoever wants to come with me, because if I'm going to be at the church, I don't know if Domu is going to be there again.
I'll come with you.
Okay.
All right. Vagag and Argento make their way towards the church. As you do so, you hear from the distance Vagag beginning to ring the bell. The first part of the ceremony for the funeral rites for the late Burgomeister. Domiro, Esther, and Irina take hold of the coffin and begin to move. The windows and doors of the Barovian village open and gaze out onto the street where the rain has started to fall. As it does so, the mud becomes slippery, and every now and then your feet fall beneath your feet, or your feet slip beneath your weight. Thunder claps overhead. It is almost as if Barovia itself is crying at the loss. You make your way to the front of the church. As you do so, Vagag and Demiro, you are... Vagag and Argento, yes. You are inside the church. Demiro and Esther, you're on the outside, along with Irina.
So just so you know, Esther, a ritual spell you can do as a 10-minute cast without using a spell slot.
Oh no, I just don't have it prepared today. I didn't know I'd need it.
As in, you don't need it.
I don't need to prepare it? Okay, sorry.
It doesn't take up a slot.
Okay, sorry.
There's not many of them, but ceremony is one of them.
All right. Now, as you make your way to the church, suddenly in front of you, several townsfolk seem to emerge. Hold it right there. You can't come another step further.
Oh, why not? There's something the matter?
Yeah. What matters is you need to take that abomination elsewhere, sir.
Which abomination are you referring to?
He looks and points at the heavy coffin.
The coffin. Well, I mean, it's helping us carry the body.
He looks at you in confusion.
I mean, I suppose it is a bit ugly, but we could go on foot from here without it.
I don't understand what ye be saying. But you cannot come and bring that abomination into the sacred and consecrated grounds of this village's cemetery.
Well, why
Strahd's
not?
taint is wreaked over this family, and we will not allow it.
But surely consecrated ground is the perfect place to take an abomination.
Nay. It simply gives way to corruption. Vigag and Argento, you guys hear this from inside.
Do we go see what the problem
But
is?
surely the magic of the consecration would be the best place to contain it.
Yeah.
You're worried about something spreading?
No.
Where we just simply dump it outside, then it's free to blossom.
Let it be picked apart by the wolves. Strahd's minion can feast on his own vile magic.
Would that not just create more?
More what?
Well, more abominations.
No. It'll create abominable poo.
So, I'm sorry, we haven't properly been introduced, but who are you so wise in the ways of these?
I am Eric, son of Eric. And this is Isaac, son of Isaac. And Elaine, daughter of Elaine. And Louisa, daughter of also Louisa.
Please, tell us more about the abomination and how it spreads.
Look, we are not here for a history lesson. We are here to tell you that you cannot bury that body here. And that's final.
Well, we'll just bury it here then, shall we?
What did I just say? He pulls out what looks to be a tiny knife.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
From behind, the door to the church opens, and out strides a 7-foot-tall dragonborn paladin. Two of them are a bit surprised and taken aback to see Argento step out, obviously striding next to an equally tall, kind of long-bearded Goliath. I knew it. I knew it all along. What have you done with the priest? Where is Father Donovich?
Well, he's dead.
You've killed Father Donovich?
We didn't.
You are
But I recall-
monsters. You are monsters that must be extinguished. Just like the creature you carry. Just like the creature that cowers behind you. To arms! To arms, quickly!
Oh gosh.
And roll initiative.
I mean, you do that, don't you?
Yes.
All right, Argento, you're up.
All right. Rolling for initiative. Bam. All right.
The brain has stopped.
So, Irina, she says, please, they mean well. They're not harmless, but at the same time, I'm sure you'll be able to dispatch them without the necessity of blood. He says it to Esther and Demiro.
We'll do our best.
Thank you. Thank you. She takes up a defensive stance. She readies to parry any attack that comes towards Demiro. Esther, it is your turn.
Okay, let me think real quick. I don't want to walk forward in sort of an accosting way, but may I take one step forward?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, just want to make sure. Thank you. We cannot breed this misunderstanding. We did not kill your priest. We do not intend to do any harm to your people. What's in that coffin is not an abomination. That is the body of your burgomaster, your previous burgomaster. He served you well, didn't he? At least as best as he could.
He did, before he fell to the foul corruption of Strahd.
But how can you be so sure he did?
We all knew it. From the moment his house was besieged by the creature, and then as suddenly as the attacks began, they stopped. It was because the Burgermeister had finally succumbed to the evil of Strahd himself. And his
Have you not seen
foolish
the mark?
daughter, he says, pointing to Irina. His foolish daughter has no clue what she is doing. We need strength and unison, not this division over the burial rites of the condemned.
And who is causing that division?
She is.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We
It is
not
one.
asked
It is
for
one
this.
against the many. We must do it for the good of the town. For the good of the town.
Have you seen the markings on his house? Do you not know that he put those there?
Yes, scratchings of witchcraft.
Well, now she's offended. Okay.
They were. That's fair.
Yes.
Well, now she's offended.
Fine.
They died.
Fine. All right. All right. Fine.
She's a witch.
She's like,
That's a fair call.
Burn her.
Yes, I'm a witch.
Got a war.
All right.
She
But
doesn't do that.
I think we've exhausted chattering. So that is that, and then we'll also get rid of 2 of the Barovian commoners. This Barovian turns up and says, "That's enough out of you," and will try to hit you with the staff end of a like a pitchfork. You manage to dodge it. The second comes up and does the same thing to Demiro, but as soon as she does that, you watch as a blade rapier just sort of flies out and just sort of parries the attack away from you, as Irina manages to protect you for a round.
Hooray.
Vagag.
well, thank you. I'm going to put some magic in my hands, kind of cover it in my body to put on the mage armor. And so where's my, there's, put on me. And then I'm going to run up to this one, just so it can't engage with them as well. And I kind of say, you're dealing with me.
Okay. They stop beating you. No. All right. Demiro.
I will say you all seem to be doing a marvelous job here, but it must be very wearing. And I will sing a sleep lullaby.
Ooh, do it.
Ooh, I think I have just the thing for that.
I'll do it as a second level.
Oh, nice.
So I've got
Whoa,
36.
36. Wow.
What does Lullaby do?
36 hit points of people starting from the lowest hit points will be put to sleep. Right.
Wow.
Nice.
And that will last for 1 minute.
All right. They fall asleep, and as they do so, what would you like to do? You're effectively out of initiative.
I think we should collect their weapons.
Tie them up. Should we tie them up?
I've
Yeah.
got a rope.
We have rope.
Probably not necessary to tie them up once we take all their weapons away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with four of you there and Irina helping out as well, it takes you next to no time to bound up these individuals who, when they awaken, turn and say, what sorcery. Yes, we had you pegged from the start. Bloody sorcerers from across the gate, beyond the mist, coming here, tying up our hands.
I am not some cheap conjurer of tricks.
Yes, you're very expensive. Well,
Now, you lot behave yourselves, and we'll be done shortly.
Alright. You tie them up and throw them to the side of the road. At which point, you take the body around back.
Or show up.
Roadshowed. You make your way around to the back where the cemetery is. There are a few plots that have been freshly dug, one of which is very appropriate. As you place it down, lowering it into the ground, you begin to load dirt onto the coffin. Tears begin to mix with the rain as Irina tries to keep her composure from behind while she watches. A tombstone is gathered from a big pile by a wooden shed and dragged heavily onto the grave. Taking her sword, she begins to mark it, and it simply reads, "An honorable man."
Go to Irene and I just say, we didn't know the Burgermeister as well as you did, but I'm sure he was a great man.
Didn't know him at all, Vagag. We didn't know him at all.
I know.
Like, not even a
That's
little.
not what you say, though.
Wow.
I can just imagine Vagag is there at the funeral, and it's like, all right, now would anyone like to say something about the dearly departed? Vagag steps up. Now, I didn't know the man, okay? But I feel like we were close. Like brothers who had never met. But, I'm not here to talk about some dead guy in a box. I'm here to talk about me. I'm great, okay? I just want everyone to know that. I mean, I'm alive and he's dead, so one up Vagag, right? That was terrible. All right.
That's beautiful.
Now, as you are burying the body, I need everyone to make me a perception check.
Perception check.
0. Okay. 18. Wow.
Dice playing.
Oh.
Okay, very nice. As you look at her, she seems to basically don a black coat. You recall seeing this coat on some of the paintings in the Burgermeister's mansion. It is the coat of the Burgermeister. She says, well, now that matter is settled, I should honor my father's wishes. I will take over as Burgermeister and lead the Barovian village into prosperity. And, yeah, that's what she says.
Have you discussed that with your brother?
Mm.
My brother does not have a head for politics. He is a more go out and get drunk during the day kind of guy.
That's not what he told us.
Well, it is what he told us, but he also told us that he wants to be better. So perhaps you could assist him with that. Don't leave him out.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm also going to use shape water to divert the water away from her so it's not raining
So that's minimum.
on her.
So 17.
With a 17, she looks at you and she says, Fine. But I'm not holding my breath. And if he does screw up, then I'm going to be holding you directly accountable.
Well, that seems perfectly reasonable.
She nods and will head back into town in hopes of reuniting with Ismark and bringing him into the fold.
If we go with her, I'm gonna just keep using shape water to.
All right, you continue to
Have
splash
the-
water.
No, I was gonna. Oh, I
I'm
was gonna
joking.
divert the water away from her, but yeah.
I'm joking. Yes. You've created kind of like a reverse umbrella above you.
He uses to make the rain go straight into our face.
All right.
It's like a water spout. Just...
Okay. That is what you have done. Anything else for the day?
Well, suppose we can try and see if there's any tracks of the Acolyte's son before they disappear.
All right. Make a perception check. All right.
Oh, nice.
Esther, you pick up the trail. It seems to head to the eastern side of town.
And I tell everyone else here.
That was a great discovery, Esther.
Then we try to follow the tracks.
We can always meet up with Irene later because she still says we got a reward for helping her do this, but we need to take care of Dunwood first.
All right.
But I'm sorry. Before we do, I must ask, what is our plan if we do see him?
If we get to a spot where we believe he is, I can use snare so we can try to lead him over the spell and like restrain him. It takes me a minute to use, I think. Let me look quick again. It takes me a minute to use, but it lasts for 8 hours. So we could lead him to a spot and then hopefully he crosses the path.
All right.
It might make things a little bit easier for us if he fails to see the trap and then gets caught in it. It might give us a little bit of an advantage to either cure him or if it's too late, so that he doesn't attack any more of the village. And it's there.
All
All right. So you wish to set out bait?
We want to follow the. Yeah, we'll set the bait, but I figured we'd go find the general area where.
Oh no, you could set the bait anywhere wherever you want. Bring him here. I mean, you could follow him down, or
I guess, yeah. Yeah. Do you want to? Should we just bring him back to the church? Somehow.
Yep.
Okay.
all right. You return to the church. It is still in shambles. Actually, no, you don't even leave the church. What am I saying? You are outside the church. It is still a bit disheveled due to the window being broken by Doru earlier on. The rain kind of gets in and makes the floor a bit wet and damp. You can see that there are several holes in the tiled ceiling as well. And you can hear the wind whistling and howling through the pipes. Now, as you are setting bait here, what exactly are you doing to set this so-called trap?
So I have a spell called Snare. it's a touch spell, so I would basically touch the ground. It takes a minute for me to cast, but it lasts 8 hours. Using the rope that like I had that Bree kind of destroyed. Just using I like tie it together and then I put it on the ground to cast it. But it's a circle with a 5-foot radius on the ground. When you finish casting, the rope disappears and the circle becomes a magic trap. The trap is nearly invisible, requiring a successful investigation check against the spell save DC to be discerned. And that trap, it triggers when a small, medium, or large creature moves onto the ground or the floor in the spell's radius. The creature must succeed on a dex save or be magically hoisted into the air. Oh, okay. I didn't know they were into the air. Okay. Leaving it hanging upside down 3 feet above the ground or on the floor. The creature is restrained until the spell ends. Which the spell lasts for 8 hours.
All right, you do so. Is that roughly where you want it to cast?
Yeah, and then to the group, I'm gonna just say, I feel like he's had a scent of my blood before, so maybe if he realizes he didn't finish me, he might come back if he smells it again. But this time I'll have you guys with me, so I'm not too worried.
Although I suspect that perhaps your encounter with the Fae may have changed you somewhat.
That is true.
Esther?
Maybe.
You go first. You go first. I can wait.
No, I want to hear your idea because my thought was just, oh yeah, my blood may be turned Fae now, so I'm not sure how that works.
Right. I was just wondering, if we were to look around the church, will we see those rooms off to the left, the bottom left with the beds?
What am I looking at?
The church. There's those two sort of rooms off to the side, the bottom left with the beds.
Oh,
and
would you
then
see
there's
the
two
rooms?
other-
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you said rune, R-U-N-E. I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought you
sorry.
meant I thought you meant like the runes at the other house. Like, no, they're on the map somewhere that I'm blind. I'm like, geez, I must be blind. No. Yes, you can see those two rooms that are there.
Okay. Does it look like this is these 4 rooms are a living space of sorts?
You believe that once upon a time they were. The one at the front is a very difficult one to say. There appears to be a chair with straps on it.
Because if it was, I just saw the bed and thought maybe they lived here as well. But if there was any sense of Doru's past, remnants of Doru's life that I would try to find, but since they probably didn't actually reside here, then it's all good.
Well, make a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. On the door to your right, immediately upon entering, you find yourself in what looks to be a very Spartan room that has a single chair with chains on it. You think that maybe this was how Donovan was first brought into... Oh, sorry, not Donovan. Doru was first brought into the church. But you also notice that underneath the chair is what appears to be a trap door, chained and barred with a heavy lock. You hear the sounds of crying coming from below.
Coming from below where?
The trap door.
Trapdoor.
Guys, we may have another issue.
For some reason, I just couldn't stop thinking that we shouldn't open that trapdoor because there might be something down there.
And might require to be fed. Don't you open that trap door.
I will. I'll knock on the trapdoor. Hello.
All right. You call down. You hear this.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Was that? Don't open the trapdoor. Oh, you need more broccoli. Oh, help you. Why didn't you say so? Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, it was very difficult through the muffled, probably gag in your mouth. Okay. Does the trapdoor open?
Yes.
It's locked, I think. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
However, it is then barred by the large chain that is running across its length.
Oh, so it's like a ka-chink on the...
Yeah. If you remember like the Evil Dead movie, it's kind of like that. So the trapdoor is open and loose, but there are chains covering the top of it.
Yeah. Would a knock spell open that?
Yes.
Oh, you have knocked. Nice.
I will knock with magic.
You raise up your hand and once again. Oh, actually, you know what? I have this spell and I'm going to use it because I can't honestly remember if I'm
Doesn't
ever
knock
going to get
also, like,
a chance.
Like a lot of noise.
All right, you ready? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. All right.
People from
I want to see you. I
WoW.
want to see you I want to see you gesture and cast. You ready?
Not hearing anything.
Yeah. There you go. All right. You know, I mean, it's a specific spell sound for, knock. Why not use it? Okay, so as you do so, the chains fall to the ground and loose the trapdoor. You begin to descend down below. As you do so, here we go.
And I just, I could cast light on something and then throw it down so that we can see. If this is a staircase, then I could throw something down so that we can see if there's anything. If you wanted that, but I don't know how to.
All right. Below the stairs that lie beneath the trapdoor, Esther, you cast a light that illuminates this. It's almost like a single room beneath the floor. There on the inside, you can see a figure huddled in the corner, a chain wrapped around their neck, which keeps a burlap sack firmly affixed to their face. You can't see their features, but it appears to be a middle-aged man of some kind. He struggles, and he seems to reach for the light that Esther has made.
I'll take the hood off him.
As you do so, you take the bag off, and you see the face of a beaten, bruised, and battered
Ismark?
Ismark.
Ah, call it. Oh, it's just you, Ismark. Well, I'm so glad you're taking care of yourself down here.
Oh, my friends, you've arrived. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried. I didn't know when you would return to the village. You don't understand. It's the dead have risen. The boy the boy, Dominic, Derek, Devlin, Donatello.
Doru.
Yes, Doru. He has risen from the dead. He found me in the streets, and it was horrible. He wore my face. Next thing I know, he something heavy hit me, and I woke up in here.
Uh-oh.
You must untie me quickly.
I'm quickly gonna cast snare at the ladder we came down.
You what, sorry?
I was gonna, now knowing that he's here, just in case, I'm going to cast snare at the ladder.
You're saying that he's not. How do we know that you are the real you? What was the last conversation we had?
Yeah.
That's a terrible thing to ask a GM, mate. He gives you the correct answer.
Okay, that's fine.
Cop out. All right.
Sorry.
Esther?
Sorry. But before you cast snare, I wanted to see if y'all would run up with me.
If who?
Real quick. One of y'all, and one of the three.
Yeah, I can cast it up top then, so in case he comes in the church in the front way, then rather that we could still have a place to get out of this hole, you know. So I'll go up with you.
No, because there's something I need to do.
All right.
She is one day.
As you step up, as you climb out, and I'm just gonna move everyone around real quick. Esther, you notice the door seems to be shut.
Could you open the map again for me? I closed it by accident.
Yes, and I will share it for our lovely audience. There we are. Esther, you notice that the door is shut.
Okay. Then, let's see. So the door to the church, not the door to the trap door.
Correct.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Make a perception check.
Will do.
All right. With a 19, you start to smell something. Smoke? And it seems to be coming from the,
Oh gosh. I was like, that's a lot of fire. Oh, that is a lot of fire.
It seems to be coming from the main cathedral.
Oh, there's fire. I didn't know we were all listening in the fire. Where's the fire? I'm sorry.
Sorry, we can see it, but yeah.
I cannot. Oh, there it is. Now it's there. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like you failed your perception check. You no longer sense the fire. All right. Yeah, you hear the sounds of several villagers saying, "This place is an unholy sanctum for heinous and evil. We must burn it and purge those wicked souls from inside."
Well, it's a good thing there's glass. There's stained glass, and one of them's already broken. That would be unfortunate if not.
All right. You very calmly and collectedly look at Sarah at your situation. You're like, "Huh, neat."
Huh.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find something again. I'm so sorry.
No,
Good.
find a way. Meanwhile,
this is-
Argento, is there anything that your Dragonborn would like to do?
At this stage, no. I'm really kind of weary of Ismark here. I'm kind of curious as
Sorry, weary or wary?
wary.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm like you
no,
there.
Weary.
Come here. I'm
So,
bored.
yeah, just kind of,
I'm sick
not
of you.
Sure why,
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he was
He,
just sort of attacked and not in this fashion anyway. Like why he's been put down here. So I'm kind of just he said he looked like him, so I'm just a bit cautious of what if this is part of the trap from
So I'm
Doru.
guessing you haven't untied him then yet.
No,
Okay.
we don't know what's going on. We're just down in the hole.
Yep.
We're just kind of keeping an eye on him.
Please, I have to warn my sister.
Yes, that's probably a good idea. She was coming to see you. I'm not sure if
Hidden secret. Playing this plot twist. Number
hidden
9.
secret, so it's impossible to know that there's a secret.
Yeah. He says, my sister, he's after her. She has Strahd's touch. Something or other. She belongs to him. He was muttering gibberish. But I know for certain that Doru is after my sister.
Well, he wasn't muttering gibberish. He was correct about that. But she is somewhat protected from the influences of Strahd somehow. We suspect from a previous life.
Oh, well, thank goodness, but... no, that's all he does. He's just like jamming. Yeah, he's... I'm still chained up. I'm on the floor. You guys suck at heroes.
At this point, we're going to call down the hole.
We didn't know we were coming to rescue you.
Well, here I am.
We weren't prepared.
Here I am, all ready to be rescued. I've got my rescue pants on. Got my my malnutrition down. You know, like all the things, all the signs of like I need rescue.
Yes, you see, about that, we thought you were a princess captured here.
Yep, nope, nope, no princess, just little old me.
Ah, I see.
I'm gonna call down the hole, guys. If whether you tie him or not, bring him up and come up as soon as you can. We are in dire straits right now.
Okay, we'll be right there. So, Ismark, it seems like...
No, you need to come now.
Like I would mention the 5.
You're welcome to come with us into more peril, though.
It's better than dying.
Well, I think I could endure at least a little of the peril.
Okay. I'll untie him.
All right. As you untie him, he makes his way to his feet. He seems somewhat relieved until he gets to the top,
The top.
where he realizes very swiftly that the building is on fire.
No, it's too perilous.
Oh my God! What's happening?
Oh my God! There's so much fire going up. Samir has turned into Argento.
Have you guys got the front door open yet?
Nope, not yet.
I'm gonna try and bash it down. Try to shoulder check it.
How did we switch places?
Oh, I'll fix that later.
I'm supposed to be down there.
That's fine. That's fine. We got like 15 minutes. We're good. All right. Esther, are you trying to bash down the door at all?
Sure, but did you have knock with a guy? Would that work, or do you want to bash down the doors?
I think these are more like blockaded.
Blockaded? Okay. Just want to make sure.
I'm gonna get out my warhammer and smash the door in.
Oh, because he's
all right.
Argento.
Argento walks over to the door with his big hammer and takes a swing.
I'm going to play a song to inspire them.
Ah, very well. You've used bardic inspiration, so Argento, you can add a d6 to your damage when you hit the door.
Oh, excellent.
Ironically, you guys are playing each other better than the other. Holy crap, you are. No, that's Vagog. What am I doing? Vagog, what are you doing?
Shoulder check what's wrong with them.
Yeah, Argento.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you reconnected. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I will roll it for you super quick. Unless you got it.
Okay, what are you doing? I'm trying to get out.
You roll it for us.
Yep, roll it for us.
No, you.
Oh, me? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bam! That Warhammer collides with the door, and that will deal... That'll deal 10 points of damage, which is enough to cause it to crack and splinter. Vagag, as it does so, you ram your shoulders as you check into it. It shatters, falling to absolute pieces on the ground. Now, as it does so, you cough and you splutter and make your way out. As does Irina, who walks out. You're all kind of looking in shock at the building, which is in flames behind you.
Wait, Irina's here?
What's that? Yeah.
Irina's here?
Yeah, she came with you, remember, with her body of her dad?
Yeah, I thought you said she went to... Yeah.
What did I say she did?
We did that already.
Went to go find
I
Ismark.
think you mean Ismark.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Ismark. Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. Yes, Ismark
It
is...
is Irina in the picture.
Yes. One moment, let me... yeah, I didn't put Ismark in. Anyway, Ismark's there as well. You watch in abject horror as the building is burning down. As it does so, Ismark sort of falls to his knees. He says, This was a holy place. A place that gave the people hope. We thought he couldn't touch this.
Well, you now have your mission, don't you, Ismark? It is still a holy place, but it requires rebuilding.
He looks at you and he goes, I'm not capable of that.
Well, as you Ismark the Greater or Ismark the Lesser?
Make a persuasion check.
Nice.
He says, you know what? Yeah. Maybe it's about time that I started doing something for this village. Maybe the old ways are not the future. Maybe I could do something different. And as soon as he
The
says
future
that,
is always what you make it, Ismark.
and as soon as he says that, no, he doesn't die. He turns and he walks back to town proudly. You now have another problem. Ismark mentioned
Another Ismark.
that another Ismark is now around, who happens to probably be Doru, who has one set goal: to capture Irina, who is currently on her way to the Blood on the Vine to find Ismark, the fake one,
Ooh.
who is about to kidnap her.
Why do I feel like we're about to end on that?
I'm gonna make this exciting. I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat
Oh yeah.
on me. I'm gonna pick up Demiro because he's the lightest one I could carry. And also I might need help with this. And I'm gonna take off towards the bar and hope that we find Irina
As the
before
guy
she gets
starts
there.
doing that, I will cast Long Strider and then take off at 5 foot faster than he is.
Oh, well then I'll grab Esther.
Wait.
All right.
Would I happen to know any backways from running to the church from Barovia, or would?
You know a couple of alleyways, yeah. I mean, flying directly would probably be quicker, but you know.
Okay.
All right. So you make your way swiftly towards the Blood on the Vine. As you arrive, you see that the Blood on the Vine has been torn apart. Claw marks rake the wood. Tables have been flipped over. Glass has been broken. As the bartender lies there in a pool of his own blood, holding his stomach, trying to stop a gash from gouging his insides.
I set Esther down.
Cast a healing word on him.
As you do so, he looks at you and he
Be
says,
peace or be slightly better,
"Oh,
depending whether that was a fatal wound or not.
thank you. Oh,
Esther, I'll stand out here and wait for Argento and let him know what happened. You should probably get in there and see if there's any more wounded.
Wait, this doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't he go with us to Irina? Why did he want to? Why did he? If he could do all this, and she motions to the destruction, why wouldn't he have just gone directly to Irina with us? We wouldn't have been a problem.
So Ismark, the lesser that we found, remembered that conversation with us. So that was Ismark that we were talking to.
No.
Oh, I thought that.
No, so the Ismark you were talking to wasn't the one you talked to in the tavern.
But you just said that
sorry.
you remembered
No.
the conversation.
Yeah, no, he remembered the first conversation you had.
I said what was the
You
last
remember
one?
Do you remember the first one? We
Yeah,
had
so the
when
sorry. Okay, yeah, my bad. I took that
Oh,
from
yeah.
his last conversation with you. Wasn't the
Yeah.
one you just had with the
Yeah.
Ismark that
You
was
said
there.
he gave us the right answer.
No. This is yeah. Yes, I did. Because his the right answer for him, which I realize is my misspeaking, is the one from when you first arrived in Barovia and met him.
Okay, so we know that we haven't spoken to him since we arrived the first time.
Correct. This one.
Okay.
The one that you're currently with.
the one that we were with.
So who did we
The
cure
real
from
one.
the poison?
Excellent question.
Mhm.
How many Ismarks are there?
Yeah.
What is going on?
There are 2 Ismarks. Now, deadly nightshade is poisonous to people. Super deadly nightshade is poisonous to everything.
Maybe someone was trying to
Oh.
kill Ismark.
Check here. Check his house. He said that he lived down south. He said that's where he was going.
Is the barkeep not dead?
He is not dead. He is groaning. He's still sorry. He says, that bastard Ismark.
Have you-
Oh, I'll tan his
see-
hide for this. Ah,
Did you see Irina?
Arena. Yeah. She came in to try and drag him home, but then he went all, I don't know, feral. He
Well,
grabbed
see, we
hold.
just rescued Ismark from the church basement, so this wasn't Ismark.
What? What do you mean it wasn't Ismark?
I bring Ismark in.
Hello, Ismark. What's the meaning of this? It is a long thing to explain, Arik, but these people speak truly. My sister is in grave danger. Where has she gotten to? Well, I don't know. As soon as I saw you, well, it grab hold of your sister, I tried to intervene. He cut me open. I thought I was surely dead. He ran outside to where I am not yet sure.
Esther, just locate object on Irene's silver pendant.
Okay. I'll do that. But I also want to check, just to check all things. Does his gash look inflicted? How does it look inflicted?
It looks like claw marks.
Okay.
Did they heal up normally from the magic?
Did what heal up normally?
The claw mark, the gash.
used healing
They're
word.
scarred, but yes, for the most part, they are healed.
I can try to use those objects if you want.
You may, if you
Well,
would like.
Do you know where he might take Ismark?
I don't know. He kept talking about the master or something of that nature.
Doesn't really narrow it down.
If y'all want me to use it, I'll use it to look at objects. Do y'all want me to?
Yeah, it'll help. If he's still nearby, it'll help us find out where she's gone.
Yeah. I mean, would it even be possible to find their tracks in the street, or not really?
You look around. You can try to look around and make a perception check to look around the streets to see if you can find any footprints or the like.
We'll have a look, but because otherwise, I think locate object takes a little while to cast, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay.
So make a perception check, and then we'll have you guys cast.
Do we all make perception checks or just
Oh, you can
I'll
all
make
make
one.
it. Yeah, you can all make it.
Okay.
No problem with that.
Okay. Nice.
Nice. Esther, you know that they seem to have taken the road out to the north. It is en route to the Old Bone Grinder and Velakis. It is also towards Castle Ravenloft.
all right. Let's
You look up.
we should head that way. Sorry.
You look up and see the castle looming overhead. And as you do so, a chill is sent down your bones. You can't help that even at this far distance, feeling as if something has its eye on you. Irina is missing. The Burgermeister is dead. And there is no telling what might be in store for the tiny village of Barovia as evil begins to crest on the horizon. And that is where we're going to end today's session. With the lovely Irina having been taken, heading to Castle Ravenloft, and our lovely group of adventurers having to deal with the fallout of Doru. Cool. Thank you very much for joining us, guys, and a very special thank you to our lovely audience members. You guys are amazing. It's so good to see so many of you. A very, very big shout out to Lois Wolf 9, who has come and joined us. Lois is a wonderful streamer who also does some D&D streams with friends, so go check out their channel as well. AK Writer, a near and dear friend to the channel as well, as is Froghemoth Legs, Tasfriel, who is a wonderful and amazing and such a creative human being when it comes to role-playing. Eric is Eric. Eric is awesome. Eric is one of my favorite people in the whole world. Miss you, Eric. I really want you back on my table. You know I do.
Come back. Be fun.
Neil misses you too. Yeah, thank you all for coming by and playing and having fun. I feel like there was somebody else who joined our chat. Rycon. Here. Yes. Hello, Rycon. We love Rycon too. Yes. So thank you everyone for coming and joining us today. As always, before we leave out, we are going to give a very, very quick memorable moments for our cast, so that we can just take a moment to appreciate the things that we loved about the game. So, starting with Vagog.
Today's game, I enjoyed the it was very like detective investigation. It was like us trying to figure out where Domu was. We ended up going to the church to help. What was her name again?
Irina.
Irina, yeah. We helped Irina bury the Burgermeister. The whole the church being set on fire, that was intense. This whole day was just amazing and suspenseful. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Argento.
Yes, I think.
I really liked it.
I knew he was going to do that.
Return with the doppelganger. That was really intriguing, and I'm just really looking to get some revenge on her.
Yeah, that's it. That pretty much sums it up. Yeah. No, I think obviously good round. I enjoyed sort of the investigative parts and getting to know more characters, but the one I found intriguing the most, the instant, was the trinket, the silver trinket Irina has. Only because I have a silver trinket given to me
Could be
by a
another.
strange person. So that's the whole. I'm very intrigued by that. I think there might be something that comes of that later. Maybe not. Maybe overlooking. But yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, didn't you have something made of silver?
Yes, I have a dragon that's missing its tail. A tailless dragon silver trinket that was given to me by a mystery person.
Oh wait, aren't you a silver dragon?
I am.
You're made of silver.
That's right. Yeah. Interesting. So we'll see.
Awesome. Demira?
Yeah, it's a lot of story today, which was good fun. This seems to be like every curtain you pull back, there's another curtain behind it or another door.
Lore.
So yeah, it's fun to see where it's going to go next,
Mm.
or what villages are going to turn on us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, lots of cool little things here and there. The thing about a sandbox is that there's always going to be something that'll pull the veil back and let you really delve into it. And Curse of Strahd is just so robust. I've created a few little mini stories throughout, and so the thing with Doru is supposed to just kind of be over and done with. But as I mentioned before, I kind of want to do this whole thing with Irina and with Burgermeister and stuff like that. So I'm really happy that you guys are exploring that whole thing, because that for me is going to be a lot of fun. And I love that now I've given you a direct reason to go to Castle Ravenloft. Because right now there's kind of like this, like, Strahd's scary, he's there, he's like this ever heavy presence, but you've never really had a reason to, like, hey, let's go knock on his door and kick his teeth in. Yeah. Now it's kind of like he's kidnapped someone who's like the mayor of the town. It's like, oh, actually, you know what? Might be worth going and investigating there. So, for
some reason, I still have this feeling in the back of my head that that we're going to get to the end of all this and find out that the little girl is actually like the main vampire of it all.
Yep, Strahd's just an illusion. That's it.
Yeah. Strahd's daughter. Oh no.
Awesome. Esther, how do we go for today?
Thank you.
Oops, sorry.
It was good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any memorable moments?
I'm not really sure. Sorry.
Nope, that's okay. I think I had a very memorable moment with Esther, with that scene with Madame Vashti. I quite enjoyed that, like that nice little respectful meaning, that you'd kind of thrown to her, that even though she only sees herself as a fraction of her mother, that she should always be 100% herself. Like, that line was just such a good one too, and I think that's both a great line in and out of a role-playing game scenario. It was very cool, very well done. As for my own reflection, I think I think today was really, really good. Investigations, and especially conflicts with, and I want to say this politely, with the ignorant, are always kind of tough. Tough sells, like the guys who did not want to let Irina bury the body. I don't know. I've both enjoyed that kind of those kind of characters and those kind of conflicts, but it's really difficult to sort of play those kind of characters with just the right amount of douchebagginess that the players don't turn around and go, you know what, I just want to kill these guys. To hell with these guys.
Yeah. It feels like we're actually interacting rather than just, this is the start of combat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I love the fact that you guys actually did, kind of do the whole sleep spell thing and kind of end that one pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm glad, because I think the good thing about a good horror game is you need to keep morale kind of moving up and down. So for every loss, there is a victory that is just kind of brings everyone back up. If it's just kind of like horror, death, horror, misery, horror, you eventually kind of lose your pace a little bit, and that can kind of suck a bit. So, and
then you end up with players not wanting to do anything because that's going to be haunted. Death trap there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us again. A very, very special thank you to, of course, my Patreons who support my channel and offer me all this love and support that I need to keep doing what I'm doing. Another very special thank you to Hero Forge, who of course make these amazing looking minis, which you can see we use as tokens for the game that we play. Stick around for the ad. We are going to go and raid someone immediately after. So thank you very much, everyone. Earn those big dag dollary dues with the raid. Until next time, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, everyone.
Bye.